Welcome, friends, to our magical 30-day challenge. We are bringing you a new story every single day.
Like and subscribe to help us reach our 100,000 subscriber goal together.
Welcome, friends, to our magical 30-day challenge, where we bring you a brand new, incredible story every single day. This is day 42, so please like and subscribe to help us reach our big 100,000 goal. A curious princess, a forbidden forest, and a glowing egg that holds a secret from the stars await you today. Can one brave girl's kindness protect a legendary creature from greed? Like, share, and subscribe, and let's begin now. High above the kingdom, in a tower of marble and gold, lived a young princess who dreamed of adventure. Princess Ilara was not like others. She preferred the smell of pine trees over the scent of expensive perfumes. On this bright morning, Ilara stood on her balcony, staring at the dark mist of the forbidden, whispering forest. She felt a strange pulling in her heart, as if the ancient trees were calling her name through wind. Ilara reached down and tightened the thick laces on her sturdy leather boots, preparing for a very long journey. She grabbed her favorite brown leather satchel and checked that her shimmering silver tiara was sitting perfectly on head. With a mischievous smile, the princess climbed onto the stone railing and looked down at the soft green grass. She leaped gracefully from the balcony, landing with a soft thud before quickly running toward the edge of palace.
Today is the day. I truly feel like something wonderful is waiting for me deep within the dark, whispering woods.
She ran past the royal stables, where the white horses neighed softly as they watched the young princess dash away. Ilara reached the massive iron gates and slipped through a small gap before the guards could even see her. The forbidden forest was a place of mystery, where the trees had silver bark and leaves glowed like emeralds from a go. She walked carefully over roots that looked like sleeping dragons, making sure not to make a single loud sound. The sunlight struggled to reach the forest floor, creating long, dancing shadows that flickered between the giant, mossy trunks. She stopped by a bubbling brook where the water flowed in reverse, sparkling like thousands of tiny blue diamonds. Ilara knelt by the water and splashed her face, feeling the cool magic wake up her spirit for adventure. She noticed a trail of glowing blue dust on the ground, leading deeper into the heart of the woods. Every step she took made the forest grow quieter, as if the birds were waiting for something big to happen. The air grew thick with the scent of ozone and stardust, making the hair on Ilara's arms stand up. Suddenly, a bright and pulsing blue light caught her eye, shining from behind a massive hollow oak tree nearby. Her heart began to race with excitement as she crept toward the glow, her boots crunching softly on leaves. She peered around the rough bark of the ancient tree and gasped at the incredible sight hidden in the ferns.
And there it was, the great sapphire egg, pulsing with ancient magic.
The surface of the egg was a deep sapphire blue, covered with swirling silver patterns that seemed to move. Ilara reached out a trembling hand, her fingers hovering just inches away from the smooth and warm blue shell. When she finally touched the surface, a low, musical hum vibrated through her arms, filling her mind with music. The egg pulsed with a gentle light, matching the rhythm of Ilara's own heartbeat as she stood in silence.
You are the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. I wonder what kind of magical creature is inside.
She noticed that the egg was shivering slightly, as if the creature inside was cold and needed some help. Ilara took off her velvet cloak and wrapped it around the egg, hoping to keep the mysterious cargo safe. She tried to push the heavy egg, but it was far too heavy for a young princess to move. She looked up into the canopy of the trees and saw dozens of tiny, glowing eyes watching from branches. These were the forest spirits, small orbs of light with wings that looked like delicate pieces of shimmering silk.
Please, kind spirits of the woods, help me carry this treasure back to the castle before the sun sets.
The spirits chirped like silver bells and flew down in a swirling cloud, surrounding the egg with magical mist. With their combined magic, the giant blue egg rose slowly into the air, floating like a balloon behind Ilara. Ilara led the way out of the woods, her path lit by the glowing spirits and the sapphire egg. They passed through a field of flowers that closed their petals as the magical egg floated gently over them. A curious fox followed them for a while, its tail twitching at the sight of the glowing blue wonder. Ilara smiled at the fox and kept walking, her heart full of hope as the palace towers appeared ahead. As they emerged from the forest, the farmers in the fields dropped their tools and stared at the wonder. The village children ran alongside Ilara, their faces full of joy as they tried to touch the silver mist.
Beautiful!
An old woman waved from her cottage window, her eyes widening at the sight of the legendary star egg. The heavy iron gates of the palace creaked open, and the royal guards stood at attention as she returned. Ilara marched straight into the great hall, where the stone pillars were decorated with banners of blue and gold. The forest spirits set the egg gently on a soft rug before vanishing back into the shadows nearby. The sound of the egg hitting the floor echoed through the hall, summoning the king from his private chambers. King Alaric walked down the stairs, his golden crown shining, but his face was filled with deep, sudden concern.
You found it. After all these years, the legend is true.
Beside the king was Lord Vex, a man with a thin mustache and eyes that always counted royal gold.
Such power should not remain unguarded, Your Highness. Let me take this burden from your hands. I shall ensure its secrets remain ours.
Do not come any closer, Vex. This egg is mine to protect, and I will not let you take it.
Vex stayed silent, but a wicked and greedy smile crossed his face as he watched the egg pulse. The king looked at his daughter's determined face and sighed, knowing he could not refuse his kind heart.
Therefore, the egg shall be moved to the royal conservatory, where it may hatch safely in the light of the sun.
The guards carefully moved the egg into the royal conservatory, a room filled with glass walls and exotic plants. Ilara stayed by the egg all night, watching the moon reflect off the sapphire shell like a bright star. She brought a soft pillow and a warm blanket, making herself a small bed right next to the egg. Vex watched from a dark corner of the hallway, his fingers clutching a jagged black crystal in hand. He whispered a dark incantation, and the crystal began to glow with a sickly purple light that felt cold. The next morning, Ilara woke up and began to clean the egg with a cloth made of finest silk. She talked to the creature inside, telling it about the beautiful world and the friends it would soon meet.
Look at all the green trees outside. Soon you'll be big enough to fly among them.
The egg seemed to respond to her voice, leaning toward her hand whenever she spoke a kind, gentle word. She brought the egg the finest mountain water and placed it in the warmest spot where the sun hit. Every day, the silver patterns on the shell grew brighter, as if the dragon inside was growing much stronger. Ilara noticed that the hum from the egg was changing into a soft, rhythmic drumming like a heartbeat. She invited the village children to come and see the egg, and they brought small gifts of wild flowers.
Here you go, Princess. It's for the egg. Thank you, little one. It's beautiful.
The conservatory became a place of laughter and light, but the shadows in the corner were growing much darker. Vex was gathering dark energy from the kingdom's old ruins, preparing to steal the egg for himself tonight. He didn't care about the dragon's life. He only wanted the stardust that lived inside the magical blue shell. One evening, a sudden and unnatural wind began to howl around the palace towers, shaking the heavy glass windows. The sky turned a bruised purple color, and thick black clouds covered the moon, plunging the kingdom into darkness. Ilara felt a shiver run down her spine as she held the egg tightly, sensing a great danger approaching. The flowers in the conservatory began to wither and turn black as the dark magic Vex spread nearby.
Your destiny is mine to control. Awaken now.
Your darkness ends here, Vex. I will not let you touch this egg.
Vex laughed and raised his black crystal, shooting a bolt of purple light that hit the floor near Ilara. The princess grabbed a nearby gardening tool and held it like a sword, refusing to move an inch away. The shadow creatures lunged forward, their red eyes glowing in the dark as they circled the glowing blue egg. Ilara fought bravely, swinging her tool and pushing the shadows back, but they were too many for her. Vex used his magic to bind Ilara's feet to the floor with cold iron chains made of dark smoke. She struggled to break free, her eyes filling with tears as she watched Vex reach for the sapphire egg. The egg began to glow with a fierce, angry red light, and the drumming sound inside became a roar. A tiny crack appeared on the surface of the egg, and a beam of silver light shot out, hitting Vex. Vex stumbled back, his crystal flickering as the pure energy of the dragon fought against his dark, evil magic. He growled in frustration and threw a heavy net made of shadow over the egg to stop the light. Ilara screamed for help, her voice echoing through the palace, but the storm outside drowned out her every cry. King Ilaric was far away in the barracks, trapped by a wall of magical ice that Vex had created. Ilara realized that she was the only one who could save the dragon from a life of dark slavery. She closed her eyes and began to sing the lullaby she had sung to the egg every single night.
Close your eyes, the light has come. The longest night is near.
Her voice was soft but steady, and it carried a power that was stronger than any of Vex's magic. The egg stopped shivering and began to shine with a light that was as bright as the noon sun. The shadow net began to burn away, turning into white smoke that smelled like jasmine and fresh, clean rain. Lord Vex shielded his eyes, his skin crawling as the light touched him, burning away his dark, wicked spells. The cracks on the egg grew wider and wider, and pieces of sapphire shell began to fall to the floor. A sudden explosion of silver glitter filled the room, and the remaining shadow creatures vanished into thin air instantly. In the center of the light, a small and beautiful creature stood on shaky legs, blinking its large eyes. It was the star dragon, its scales shimmering like diamonds, and its wings looking like the deep, starry night. The baby dragon let out a tiny, high-pitched roar that sounded like 1,000 silver trumpets playing at once. It looked at Vex and snorted, sending a puff of blue flame that turned the advisor's crystal into dust. Lord Vex fell to his knees, his power gone, as the dragon walked toward the trapped and crying princess. The dragon nudged Ilara's hand, and the smoky chains around her feet dissolved into beautiful, glowing flower petals. Ilara fell to the floor and hugged the dragon's neck, her heart overflowing with love and relief at last. The dragon purred loudly, its warm magic healing the scratches on Ilara's arms and making her feel very strong. King Ilaric finally burst into the room, his sword drawn, but he stopped in awe at the beautiful sight. He saw his daughter holding the legendary beast, and he knew that the kingdom was finally safe from harm. The guards arrived and took Lord Vex away to the dungeons, where he could never hurt anyone ever again. The storm outside vanished instantly, and the clouds parted to reveal a sky filled with millions of bright stars. The star dragon looked up and let out a long, beautiful song that echoed across the entire sleeping green kingdom. People all over the land woke up and looked out their windows, seeing the silver light in the sky. They knew that a great miracle had happened, and they began to cheer for their brave and kind princess. Ilara and the dragon walked out onto the balcony, where the cool night air brushed against their happy faces. The dragon stretched its wings, and for a moment it looked like the night sky itself was spreading out. It took its first small flight, circling the tower before landing gracefully back by the side of its friend. Ilara realized that her adventure was just beginning, and she would always have a magical companion by her side. The king declared a week of celebration, with music, dancing, and feasts for every person in the land. Princess Ilara and Nova became the symbols of peace, teaching everyone that kindness is the most powerful magic. They spent their days exploring the Forbidden Forest, making sure all the creatures there were safe and very happy. Years passed, and the dragon grew large and strong, but it never forgot the girl who kept it warm. Ilara became a wise queen, and Nova was always seen flying above her carriage, protecting the golden, peaceful kingdom. The mystery of the giant egg was solved, but the story of their friendship would live on forevermore. Bards sang songs of the girl and her dragon, ensuring that no one would ever forget their amazing story. Even today, if you look closely at the stars, you might see a silver flash of dragon wings. And that, my dear friends, is the incredible story of the princess and her wonderful giant mystery egg. I hope this tale reminded you that even the smallest act of kindness can change the entire world forever. True courage is not about fighting, it is about standing up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Look at the people around you and see how you can be a light in their dark, cold days. Remember that every mystery has a heart, and every heart has a story that is waiting to be told. Ilara and Nova are still out there, watching over the magic of the world while we are all asleep. Perhaps one day, you will find your own mystery egg waiting for you in the middle of a forest. When you do, be brave like Ilara and treat it with all the love that you have in your heart. The stars are always watching, and they reward those who are pure of spirit and kind of hand. Thank you for joining us on this long and magical journey through the kingdom of gold and silver spires. We have many more stories to tell, each one filled with magic, lessons, and brand new exciting adventures. Don't forget to look at the other videos in our 30-day challenge for more fairy tale magic today. Your support helps us create more of these beautiful worlds for children and families all over the big world. We love hearing from you, so leave a comment about your favorite part of Nova and Ilara's story. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for many more adventures. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a single day of our wonderful and magical story challenge. We will see you all tomorrow for another tale from the land of once upon a very long time. Until then, sweet dreams, and may your own life be filled with magic and very many happy endings.